Chapter 22. We continue as we saw that Nobuko almost got isekai'd and landed up in the ICU. We see the MC and Tenjiku at the ICU. Tenjiku tells him that even though Mari's going to be discharged tomorrow for the start of the new semester, this happened to Nobuko. Tenjiku looks worried as she asks when will Nobuko wake up. The MC replies and says, "It's a jam, isn't it? This situation. It has become impossible to hear the story from Nobuko." Now we see all the students at the school early in the morning. We see Mari being shy as she's changed her look. She gets embarrassed and tells Momo that this doesn't suit her and it's a shame. Momo gets surprised and tells Mari that she looks pretty. Hearing this compliment from Momo makes Mari blush and stutter. Momo calmly then tells Mari that this is far better than before, especially with those flat colors she used before. Mari can't believe Momo and asks, "Really? It's the first time that I use this bright color. Is it all right?" Momo replies and tells her that yellow suits her. As Mari is still in disbelief, Momo continues and says that she's certainly become pretty. But now that she's become prettier than Momo, she shouldn't get conceited. Mari hears this and smiles and suddenly laughs and says, "I know." Momo gets nervous seeing this reaction and hesitantly says, "Yeah?" Mari continues and asks Momo if she thinks that Jimmy-sensei would also like yellow. Momo replies and says that she doesn't know or care about that. We see that Nagisa is looking at them from the first floor through the window. As she's looking at them, Erika asks her what is she looking at. Nagisa replies and tells her that it's nothing. As she moves away from the window, she says that she was thinking that many unexpected things happened. Kase Nobuko from Class E. She had a traffic accident during the holidays and seems to be in a coma. Tsubaki hears this and acts surprised. She smiles and says that Nobuko is a girl with bad luck. Nagisa looks suspiciously at her and tells her that she's saying it like it's the first time she's heard of it. Tsubaki replies and says, it's the first time I've heard of it. If not, then what? Do you think that I did it?" Suddenly, Erika comes between them with a pained expression on her face. She tells Nagisa that Tsubaki didn't do it, and she's sure of it. Tsubaki doesn't say anything and just walks away. As Erika and Nagisa see her go, Nagisa tells Erika that she's as kind as ever. Erika looks worried as she tries to say something, but Nagisa interrupts her and says, "First of all, I don't think Tsubaki could have pushed Mari." She continues and says that she didn't think Momo was a fool enough to make a scandal in the media for Mari's sake. Those people have become closer than ever. Instead of that virgin bastard resigning, Tsubaki is about to be expelled. Nagisa looks annoyed and angry as she says, "This wasn't definitely in the plan, right? Even with a wealthy papa, it will be difficult if the police gets involved." Nagisa apologizes for saying it directly and says that she's not complaining. She's just worried about Tsubaki. Erika smiles and tells her that she understands that Nagisa's just someone who cares about her friends. With a sad look on her face, Erika tells Nagisa to just say it bluntly, that she thinks that Tsubaki is nicer than her. Nagisa hears this and gets confused and says, "No, anyone seems nice when compared to Tsubaki and what she does." Now we see that Mari is showing Momo the envelope which Tsubaki gave her. Momo looks at it and asks Mari, "What is that? An offering or maybe a funeral offering?" Mari tells her that Tsubaki gave this to her while she was hospitalized. Hearing this shocks and scares Momo as she screams, "So mean!" Mari continues and says that Tsubaki told her to open it, but it was too creepy so she didn't. She feels like throwing it away. Suddenly, we see Mari blushing and asking the MC what should she do about this situation. Seeing Mari go to him so fast makes her say, "You sure are making use of the image change you've got?" The MC opens the envelope and sees that it's a check of 830,000 yen. Seeing this shocks Momo. She asks Mari if she's going to buy a brand bag with this, while Mari looks at it and asks, "Why is this here?" Suddenly, Momo looks worried as she asks, "Isn't she apologizing for pushing you? Or the TV scandal scared her?" No, if it's her evil personality, then using hush money is also. But suddenly she stops and says that the 30K is a bit out of place. Mari also agrees to this. Momo throws the check and says that it's scary and that Tsubaki is trying to do something this time. She tells Mari that she should just return it just like it came. The MC picks it up and tries to say that there is something on the back, but suddenly Tenjiku screams his name. She looks worried as she tells him that it's serious and that something happened when she tried contacting Mari's parents. Now we see Tsubaki standing in front of a furnace as she looks into its fire. we see that she's burning the contact information of Mari's parents in it. We see Tsubaki looking at the fire with pitch black eyes as she remembers everything everyone told her and everything she told others. She remembers Nobuko's scared face and recalls Nagisa saying that she's got into an accident and seems to be in a coma. As she recalls all this, she says, "Let me run away without any problems. Even I didn't want to do it." Chapter 23, we see Tenjiku looking worried as she tells the MC about Mari's parents. Hearing what Tenjiku said shocks Mari as she drops the check on the floor. We go back to seeing Tsubaki looking at Mari's parents' papers being burnt by her. Suddenly, Momo comes behind her and says, "So, you were here, Tsubaki." She looks at the fire and screams as she asks her, what is she burning here in secret and what in the world did she do to Mari's parents? Tsubaki slowly calls out to Momo and asks her how does it feel to make people unhappy with her selfish sense of justice. Hearing this confuses Momo. Tsubaki continues and says that if she weren't so conceited on TV, that plain-looking teacher wouldn't have moved. Mari wouldn't have been in any more other painful experiences than this. She laughs and calls Momo stupid. Momo replies and says that it's not Momo's fault. Bad things happen because of the bad people who do them. Hearing this pisses off Tsubaki a little as she loses the smile on her face. She smiles again as she says, "Right, then I'm not bad, you know, because I'm nice." She continues and says that she thought that Mari for sure would be experiencing hardships in the future, so she gave her the check. She smiles and says that the 830,000 is the combined salary of Mari's parents for 1 month. Hearing this makes Momo scared and worried. In the waiting room, we see Mari's parents. As the mother is crying, the father is worried and angry as he screams, "Why are we going through this? How do you plan to take responsibility for that student, Momo? Because almost all schools will take responsibility for the stupid acts their students do." As he is screaming, we see the MC sitting there calmly. Now we see that Mari's parents are worried because they have been dismissed from their workplace. In the staff room, we hear someone get shocked as they say, both of them were fired from their company? We see that it was Amari talking to Tenjiku. As all the other teachers stand there too, we hear one of them ask why again in this timing, to which another replies and says that it seems that Mari's parents think that Momo's speech in the media is the direct cause. Amari looks worried as she says that Momo isn't related. If so, how did they get fired so cleanly at the same time? It's like someone worked behind scenes. Someone says that this is as expected. No matter how much the chairman wanted, it was bad for Tsubaki to look for a fight. Suddenly, Sakaide speaks and says, "That person's too young for a chairman. That person isn't calm enough and doesn't communicate well with other teachers." Suddenly, someone asks him, "How is Nobuko's condition?" He shakes his head and says that maybe as a professor himself, he has nothing to say about this matter. He averts his gaze from everyone as he looks worried and says that he honestly doesn't want to involve Tsubaki in this matter. Hearing this worries Tenjiku. Now back to Tsubaki and Momo. We see Tsubaki smiling and asking Momo if she knew that their school's the most expensive school in Japan, and asks would Mari be okay from now on? If she can't pay the school's fees, she will have to transfer. It would be hard if both parents lost their job. Tsubaki looks a little sad as she says that it's a shame, even when Mari was able to heal her wounds and go to school again. Hearing this shocks and confuses Momo. Momo tells Tsubaki that as she thought, she is bad. If she really is the one who pushed Mari from her back, she's really bad. But that's bad in a different sense. To be honest, the way she thinks is far, far worse than Momo thought it was. Now we see the MC looking at the check which Tsubaki gave to Mari. He looks at the amount and says, "As expected, it's too small and unnatural." We see Mari standing behind him, looking all scared as she calls his name. As he turns around, she tells him that it's the first time she's made friends at school. As she remembers the interaction she had with Momo in the morning, she says that this is the first time she's thought of going to school as fun. She clenches her fist and asks him if she can keep going to the school. He looks at her and tells her that he probably won't be able to pay the school's fees. If it's just about going to school, in the case of a person with excellent performance as much as Mari, there are still ways such as applying for a scholarship. Hearing this motivates her as she says, "If that's so, then I'll do my best." He continues and says, "But that probably won't resolve the problems right now." Hearing this confuses Mari. He continues walking as he says this. They reach the infirmary. She looks confused as she says, "The infirmary I was at before?" He tells her that the check given to her is a hint and the key's here. As he says this, we see Oda sleeping on the bed with a magazine on her chest and all kinds of snacks around her. And this is how this chapter ends. Hope you all enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you,